Alright guys, so I get a lot of questions and comments and stuff like that. People wondering, what's in this thing? Is it still an LT1 car? Well, as you can see, still got a Gen 2 LT1 in it. No OptiSpark, not injected anymore. It's got a Mark Solon T85 carburetor on it. But you can tell by that water pump, still an LT1. It's nothing fancy. 40 over 2 bolt block, stock crank, decent Wiseco pistons, scat rods. Got some stock home ported heads I did myself. Comp 306 cam, stinger plate. Got an 88 jet in it right now. It does alright for what it is. We may jet it up, but I'm kind of happy with where it's at. I was pretty impressed by the mile an hour it had the other day for no more nitrous than we're spraying. So, but she's definitely not pretty. But just your basic old street car. It hasn't changed a whole lot over the years. Still has working wipers. Still got full interior. Working radio, working heater. Power windows work. Power mirrors work. Sitting on an ET Pro DOT tire. As far as transmission goes in this thing, it's got a Turbo 400 that our buddy over at MD Motorsports built. The converter's nothing fancy. It's a B&M hole shot. I think it's like $500 or something like that. But it seems to work in a car. Rear end's an 8/8 housing that me and a buddy built ourselves. Got a 390 gear in it. As far as suspension on this thing, it's just got some wore out V6 struts and springs on the front. They just seem to work. They have for years. The back's got a stock spring with a Competition Engineering 3-way adjustable shock. It does have frame connectors and stuff like that in it. Just has a factory sway bar in the back, no adjustable anti-roll or anything. Car does twist a little bit, but seems to like it and works well, so I think we're going to leave it for now. That's about the gist of this thing, like I said. Nothing fancy, just your basic poor boy street car. You know, some of the other things we get asked is, you know, why did we put the car up and not race it for years? You know, we basically just kind of, we threw it in the corner. I got a Fox body, we brought it out, raced it for a while. We did pretty good with it. Last couple of years we fought nothing but problems with it. So I decided I wasn't having a whole lot of fun, so we decided to bring the old LT car back out because we always had a lot of fun with it. And, you know, really I think 3 or 4 years ago when we stopped racing it, small tire street stuff was really starting to take off. Cars just kept getting faster and faster, and honestly that thing just really couldn't compete. So we decided to mess with the Fox body for a while, parked that thing, and it just kept, you know, time just kept going on. It was harder and harder to get both cars going, but I will say, you know, back when we were racing the Firebird all the time, 5, 6 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever it was, you know, there was none of this daily driver stuff. We just showed up, and hell, we were on a, you know, stock wheels with a 16-inch drag radial going out there racing small tire cars all the time. Now, we progressively made the car faster. We made it work a little better, but if we were on a surface that was less than ideal, you know, yeah, we had a shot, but as racing got bigger, surfaces got better, cars got faster. So that's really why we put it up, and you know, now people are bringing a lot of this daily driver stuff back, and some of the rules in it are kind of iffy. I don't agree with all of them, but for the most part, the car does fit all the rules, you know, depending who you are, but for the most part, it fits the rules. And, you know, I don't know. Some of this stuff, it kind of gets under my skin a little bit sometimes. Because like I said, back in the day, there was no daily driver class. We just showed up and raced. We didn't bitch. We didn't complain. We didn't do any of that stuff. We showed up. We raced. We raced cars we knew were out of our league, that were faster than us, and we just went about our day. Well, now you got guys that they don't want to show up, but they don't think they're going to be the fastest, and you got all these daily driver guys that are, you know, trying to kick this car out for this or this car out for that, and some of them are trying to make the rules to basically where if you don't have a $50,000 bank-owned car with a second mortgage on your house just to finish it and make it fast, then you're not a daily driver. I don't agree with all that. I don't agree with cutting the poor boy out. I don't think racing should all be about money, even though most of the time it is. But if we're going to talk about daily driver stuff, I really think it shouldn't be who's got the deepest pockets. But, you know, that's racing. But that's pretty much a rundown. That's why we quit racing it for a while. I'm glad we brought it back. Car, man, it's fun to drive. I missed having it out. I missed racing. I missed driving, 50, 60 miles to the city, because we live out in the sticks. And racing it all night long, driving it home, man, I take a lot of pride in that. The car's always done well with that. And I'm really glad we brought it back out. Alright guys, well, we'll take you for a little ride along in this thing. See, we got working wipers. Radio works. got to drive this thing on about 2 or so miles of dirt road every time I got to get it out and drive it. So I like to see a lot of these daily drivers out there do that. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching. I'm going to try to do some more videos here and there. You know, I don't have the best equipment, don't really know a lot about editing or stuff, but I'm going to dabble in it and see what happens. And if you guys want to keep up with the car and the progress and the racing and stuff like that, then go ahead and, follow us, subscribe, and we'll try to get some more videos out when we can.